All right, so project OBS. We got to get that up this hill in the shop. Torrian's crying about a headache and some other stuff.
Who fucking talking?
So the plan is, since it's just two of us, we're gonna use my truck. And since that truck runs, it just doesn't go in gear, he can steer and I'll push it with my truck. So I think that's gonna be the plan. And then we'll see how it goes. Should be interesting.
Come on. All right, go forward a little bit. Ah, there we go. Oh, shit. I'm really ready. All right, go. Hold on. Wait.
A little bit more. About right there.
Now, was that in the way the whole time?
All right, it's in here. Oh shit, I gotta move it over so I can get in. All right, well, so I'm gonna start tearing into this tonight. I wanna get this transmission out, even though it's nice and warm now because it's been running for 30 minutes, but.
It's not.
All right, so last night I was gonna pull the transmission out of the, we're gonna call this project James Brown because that's the name of the truck. So, oh, a little glare. So we're gonna call it Project James Brown. So I was gonna pull the transmission out last night. It was about 10:30 and my little headlamp I'm always wearing, it died. And I had to put it on the charger. So I was like, oh, it's a sign to go home. Plus I was kind of tired anyway. So we're in the shop today. Gonna go ahead and get the transmission pulled out, taking to Randy. Got a little treat for you guys though. Did a little something the other day. Shout out to my boy Justin for the little trade we made. So I did a little something to I'm getting real sick of this shit with this GoPro. But these are the old wheels from my Sierra. I just noticed how many wheel weights are on there. These one got a bunch. Yep. So yeah, these are the old wheels. I think they're just factory wheels. Yep, factory wheels, GMC Sierra wheels. We did something. Ooh. What y'all think? We got some 22-inch split sevens. Oh, now you can really notice that the lug nut is missing. All right, well, I gotta get some lug nuts, but just got it washed. It's been raining a lot in Georgia, so I hadn't washed it in probably, I don't think I've washed it since, I washed it once since I did the engine swap myself, but I took it to the car wash across the street and had them really like clean it up for me. And so we got these split sevens on here. I think they look pretty good. 22s, pretty much brand new tires. Did some trading with Justin, some extra parts I had laying around that he needed. And I'm giving him my old wheels. I just need to pull the pressure sensors out. And I think I'll rock those for a little bit. I'll post a picture of a truck that I saw on the internet, and it's kind of the look that I'm going for. I want to go maybe a 24 with a 35. That's what I want, 24s and 35. So I'm gonna have to do a 6-inch lift on it, which I want to lift that truck anyway, but for now I think that'll look good. And it's a street tire, so it'll ride nice and smooth and stuff like that. I still have to get an alignment, and I think I got a wheel bearing going bad, and I gotta do my front brakes, so got to do all that stuff. The truck's got over 200,000 miles, so you know. But let's jump into James Brown and get this transmission out. And it's leaking from here somewhere. It's leaking transmission fluid, so we'll get this thing out in no time. Hope you all enjoyed the video on the Caprice. Got a couple more things to do on it. What am I waiting on? Really, I'm waiting just to put it back on the lift. So once James Brown is done and out, which will be in the next couple days, we'll get this back on the lift. I need to finish running the main fuel line. I need to paint the coil pack brackets, install the coil packs, run the cooling system, do the accessory bracket. I got the power steering pump. I have the alternator over there. And just a couple other things, and then we should be able to fire this thing up for the first time. I mean, I can fire it up without doing any of that, but definitely need fuel and spark, and then put a battery in it, see if it fires up. But you know, this is really just waiting to go back on the lift, because once it goes back on the lift, I will, like I said, fuel system, drive shaft, exhaust, and then, well, it'll go to the exhaust shop, but we'll get it running when it's up on the lift. So that's all this is waiting for. I'm going to do a couple things after I get the transmission out of James Brown. I'm going to jump back on this, do a couple things, get the coil pack brackets painted, get the spark plugs installed, put the headers back in, and just, you know, kind of do a couple things before we do before I get it back on the lift. So when I get it on the lift, I don't have to do all that. So let's jump into it. Hey, didn't do the whole time lapse thing. You guys have seen me pull several transmissions, and like I told you guys, this week is like week of the transmissions, but 97 transmission is out. I have a feeling this thing was overfull, because as soon as the dipstick came out, I mean, it just made an incredible mess. But I did find another problem. The engine started making a noise. Customer took it to a shop. They said the engine is blown. Oh, it's got a rod knock. Nope. What do we got? Look at that flywheel. Look at that thing. That thing is cracked. I think it was about to fly off. So that's the problem. Easy fix. We'll put a flywheel on there and get this thing back going. And actually, I could be mistaken, but that looks like the wrong flywheel. That looks like a LS 6-liter flywheel. No, it's the right one. But it may, I know what it was. This engine had a 4L80 behind it. That's what it was. Yeah, I remember now. This engine had a 4L80 behind it because it came from like a van or something like that. Okay, that's why. But I mean, the bolts all lined up and everything, so we'll put a different flywheel in it, get that fixed, and she'll be good to go. So transmission's out. It's about to load it up, empty out as much fluid as I can, get this thing over to Randy, and you know, go from there. And then we will, I guess, pick up this video when I'm putting it back in.